Okay, greetings and welcome to the Executive Strategist podcast. Today we have a very special guest, Talha Mughal. He is the acting CEO of Devsinc, the second largest tech company in Pakistan. So today
Yeah.
आज हम इनके experiences से सीखते हैं कि how he get this company to this level, क्या blunders हुए, क्या experiences थे, यहाँ तक कैसे पहुँचे, and if you are the guy to build up next software agency in the Pakistan, how you can build that disruption. So let's learn from it. Thank you so much, Talha, for joining.
Thank you so much for having me, Bilal. And yeah, I think you started with Devzinc. Devzinc is the fastest growing IT company in Pakistan, the services based company. And the growth we are looking forward to is we have a target of achieving 80,000 plus individuals by end of 2030. So that's our target we are looking forward to. And that's something we have been working on right now.
No, sounds good. So let's explore the inside, what's happening inside in the service. I was listening to your last interview on the Thai Pakistan, and you're talking about the
Mhm.
product-based business and the service-based business. So I just wanted to dig into it. Starting from your
Mhm.
background, what was your background and how did you get here?
All right. So, like originally, I'm like from a very backward area. It's not a backward area anymore. It's Narwal, closer to the border. From there, I shifted to Lahore to like explore something new. Because there are not much opportunities in rural or the small towns and something like that. So Lahore was the destination for me. Like from the very beginning, I was very clear that I had to like move in to Lahore. So I came here, started my FSC, and long story short, I wanted to be a doctor. Like not wanted to be a doctor, but I happened to be like in pre-med FSC. On FSC level, I was in pre-med. Then I had to like shift towards engineering because that was something I was keen about, the mathematics and solving the problems and whatnot. IT was something I was never very sure about because I never knew that this is, something you can achieve career in. So I'm talking about the days when there were only two things you can imagine in like in Pakistan specifically, like if you're good in grades and if you're good in like academics, all you can do is either you become a doctor or you become an engineer. So that's the only thing that was there back in our days. But this IT field, our parents, they have never heard about it. So they had their reservations because, parents, they really want their kids or their children to be secure in their future or in their life. So, like, it was, a long shot and a dark one where I was not very sure what would happen. So, yeah, long story short, I joined IT, and back in 2013, like this particular journey, like, Web3 was 3.0 was taking a boom, and this company was getting started. So the vision our founder had at that time was like he wanted to, created something big, not for himself, but for the people as well. Like right now, we talk about, Devsing in particular. So we are not looking forward to like having, a lot of revenue. What we are looking forward to is creating a lot of jobs. And that's from where we always start. We never say that we will become, $1 billion or like multi-billion dollar company. We always say that we have a goal of achieving 80,000 employees, of producing these much jobs by this time frame. So that's our goal right now, because um, what problem we are solving here is that in Pakistan, the crime ratio is increasing with all this inflation and everything, and people, they don't have any place to, engage their energy or their, minds. We have brilliant minds. We have people, who can solve the problems nobody can. But regardless of that, what we are trying to make them is, we're like, we can say that our system is maybe making them criminals or something like that, because people are fighting over, 1 kilogram of wheat
Wheat
or
and
flour
sugar. Yeah.
or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So roti kapda makan, like bread, sugar, and butter. These are the problems we are facing. Like in 21st century, right now, still we are facing third world problems. So how the IT services industry can resolve that is by producing a lot of jobs. And why services is the solution is because in product you don't need a lot of people. You can maybe generate a lot of revenue through products. You can generate that, but what problem would that be solving? That would be like making me multimillionaire, making you maybe billionaire, nothing else. What we want to do is we want to like keep all the people along with us. We want to like grow them, um, so that at the point where we want to like looking forward to every middle class should be upper
Mm-hmm.
middle class, and every lower middle class should come to the middle class. Like we want to give this lifestyle where people, they don't have to like worry about their household, or like they are earning a handsome amount, and then they are like more focused towards solving the actual problems. um, I have one example in my mind, like Uber Careem. They were here in Pakistan for a long time, and then InDrive came. That's a local setup. And what problem they have actually solved is that they gave the authority, or this ability to the end users, the consumers, and the person, the driver, who are like captains, giving them the services, that they can bargain. That was not like, that's not the business model like Kareem and Uber are doing. So that was one problem that this new competitor has figured out, that this market may have this problem and we can figure this out. So that's a problem solving mindset. And again, that's those things, they are still generating the revenue, and that's overall good. But our main target right now is to generate the overall job, and how we can do that is by providing the services to these people who really need the man force. Because um, it's inevitable that in the coming years, like 5 to 6 years, there is going to be a deficiency of IT personnel. And this is not a small deficiency we're talking about. Like globally, we are looking at a massive reduction in the supply of IT engineers. So that's why we are like consuming every possible resource we have, and we want them to be plug and play. We want them to be injected in the whole IT system, and that's how we started a non-tech academy as well, in our premises, where we are teaching those individuals who have maybe civil background, maybe chemical background, maybe electrical engineering background, or whatever they want, or even they want to like maybe switch their jobs towards IT, given that it is having this boom of like dollar rated salaries and something like that. So we are encouraging such individuals as well, that come join us and
Yeah.
have a 3 months, 6 months course with us, and that's totally free. We're not like charging them at all. We are even compensating them through activities and lunches and dinners and whatnot. So um, all this effort is just to increase the employment overall
Mm-hmm.
in Pakistan, because the byproduct would definitely be that we would be generating the revenue and we would be like earning. That's the
Mm-hmm.
byproduct.
Right.
The dilemma here is that people actually, they focus on this particular, you know they have this goal of earning. So we are saying that, think about something, that if money is not an obstacle for you, what would you do in that scenario? So
Right.
when we say that, we try
Mm-hmm.
to do that, we reduce the money problems for people. So that's our main agenda, and that's how we are working in different.
Perfect. Highly appreciate that. If you guys haven't listened to his last interview on Thai Pakistan, I will drop the link in the description. You guys can watch what he's talking about the product and service things. So my question is on the service things, because you have already discussed all those things there. So I wanted to
Hmm.
explore few and deep. You get a project like and this project required around 10-15 people to deploy that thing.
Hmm.
But for the some span of time, you guys gone very well, and at some moment something happened technically in that industry, and you face a downfall on that. How do you manage your clients that moment?
Okay, so what I'm understanding from your point of view is that we have a project and there comes, XYZ problem on clients and then the project is going. So what would happen to the employees, right?
No, it's not about the employee. It's about the like client. How do you deal with the client, your angriest client, that moment?
Um, so every business has their own, strategies. What we try to do is we always try to be very transparent with the clients. And what we try to do is that we want to have this transparency and this trust factor built with our clients they really trust us, and that's why they want to like have a longer term relationship with us. And how you build this trust, like how you build this transparency is that we come like we tell them this with this proactive approach that if anything we think it can go southways, we keep them onboarded. Like there can be a problem in your deployments, there can be a problem with your whatever business need. We keep them informed and aligned with us beforehand. And once anyone has this mindset that there can be a setback or there can be a downtime, they are very well prepared to like handle those things. So the thing you're asking about is like it's always about being proactive, and it's always about like being very honest and transparent with the people you're dealing with. And the angriness, just understand this, like why people get angry is because they don't get what they like expected of you. So
Exactly,
once
exactly.
you yeah once you tell them that this should be the right expectation, there won't be any part like on which they can be angry about. So that's the secret sauce we usually follow.
Perfect. So, what are the three major problems that you have faced in your journey in your with the DevSync, and what was the solutions you get out of it for the audience?
Okay, so the first challenge I must say is that finding the right people, and by right people, I don't mean that they should be very good in coding. They should be very good in um, the overall software development. What actual thing we look in any person is that that person could be or should be a go-to person and must have a can-do attitude. We can build a trust with somebody, and if
Hmm.
you have people in your team you can rely on, a reliable person, they are far better than the smartest person in the room. Because if you cannot rely on the smartest person, how good can that person be for your particular team? So that's the first thing, first challenge we usually face, like whenever we onboard somebody, because we have this team culture. We are a very people centric company, and we have this open door policy where anyone can come and anyone can discuss their problems openly, like to the very top management. Like people can come to me being a CEO, they can discuss with me whatever they want to do. So that being said, that is the first thing, like making a team of like individuals who have this empathy of building a family. That's the first challenge. And we have this like we have fixed this challenge with our the overall culture. We have developed this people centric and family based culture that we're not having that problem anymore. The other thing was like retaining the people, like giving them this ease of why they should join Devling and why should they be staying with our company. So for any person, there are three tiers. One is financial, one is their growth, and third is their environment. So we are providing them the best environment. That's the first thing we have discussed. The second thing is we are giving them the handsome amounts, and their perks and benefits are very good. The third thing is actually their technical growth or like their growth pattern. So we are very focused on that. We have, a growth model that can even make you a CEO of Devsinc, and that's why I am here, like instead of Usman Asif, because we have this, a ladder throughout that from an associate level to a CEO level. How can you achieve that level? So we have, unlocked that particular flow. And the third thing is actually like how can we win the clients and how we run the business, because definitely you need clients for running your overall business and whatnot. So we have a proper, very dedicated growth team that handles all these pain for us. So you see the overall machinery of like the main uh, what we can say is that the main core solution to all the problems is that if every person is fulfilling their jobs, so that's the main thing we follow, because if one piece from the whole puzzle is missing, the overall puzzle is not complete. So that's how we run it. And these are the three things, like retaining
Amazing.
the employees, making an environment, and onboarding and running the existing business. Those are the things we like
A very
dealing
strong
with.
process, I would say. Wonderful.
Yeah.
And my quick question on this: who is your ideal customer?
um Ideal customer. So um I think customers, all of them are ideal. Like we have this, this that clients are right. So any customer who is logical, who is like have this understanding mindset, those are good customers. But I think the challenging ones, they are also lovable, because those are lovely customers. Because you can learn a lot from them. You can learn how to tackle these people. You can learn how to, cope up with the people who are not in your forte or in your zone. So I would never say that this customer is good and this is bad. Every customer to us is very, we really oblige our customers. So yeah, everyone is good.
Perfect. So, what are the three actionable steps that other can get as a cheat sheet and apply right now to grow their businesses eventually?
Okay, so when we talk about growing businesses, it's an open secret. We never hide our secrets, and we never say that these are the things we want to like keep just to ourselves. So very openly, the main thing anyone should focus on is that you must have a clear vision of where you are heading towards. You should not just like particularly for Deving, we are not running a company based on like that XYZ company has done this, so we should do it. No, that's not how you should do business.
Most
The
important.
main the main ideology of running any business is that you have a clear vision of whatever goal you have in mind. Because if we talk about Deving, we have a goal of like producing jobs. If you have a goal of making revenue, you should focus on that, and you should define how you want to get all the revenue or all the income you're looking forward to. I have heard it from a person, I don't know the name exactly, so I just want to quote it, that if you want to be a billionaire, maybe so maybe in 5 years or something, start writing 20 ideas or the action items actually through which you want to achieve that goal. The first five ideas may be very easy for you to write, but next five would be difficult, and the last 10 would be a lot difficult. But the 20th idea will eventually actually make you the billionaire you want to be. Because this brainstorming and this keeping yourself to your toes is something that keeps you motivated. Like being in your comfort zone is never the solution. So to any person who is running a business or like want to start a business, because not everyone is a businessman and not everyone can be. People, they think that, and they see other people getting successful. And
Hmm.
maybe for Devzing has a long history of like we have started in 2008. and now we are a 1,500 employees company, and we are like looking forward to more growth. But
Hmm.
the moment we started, we had our own challenges and like office space and employees and equipment and everything. So every business has a particular need of what you want to achieve. So clarity of the vision and clarity of the actual goal is the key element of achieving anything. And there must be, it must be backed by a time frame. Like you cannot say that I want to be a president of the country. Sure, a very good objective, a very good goal, but how would you be achieving that? What are the action items you want to do this particular thing for? So clarity of vision is the first thing, and then you have to define how would you be achieving that, and then you have to define how long would it take for you to achieve this particular thing, and keep making these OKRs and follow them, so that you have a track record of whatever you are doing. And if it's keeping you and taking you in the right direction, if you're making like it's like pushing the wall. Like if you're pushing the wall, you're still putting in a lot of effort, but the wall is not going anywhere. It will still be there. So pushing a wall doesn't make that will not make paths for you. Maybe
Right.
make a window out of it. So yeah.
Amazing points. Thank you so much for sharing that. So, what is the single most failure that you recall from your professional life? What was lesson learned, and how did you recover from that?
Um, so I think the single failure that I remember is that never commit anyone out of excitement. That's the only thing I think would lead you to failure. You must have your facts and figures right, and then only after that you should commit to anything. So that is the only thing that can lead you to failure. Like you don't have anything that is logical. You don't have any rational numbers or something, and just out of excitement you have committed somebody. So that probably would lead you to, if not actually failure, but still you would have your consequences.
Right. So amazing, wonderful. Um, Talha, just a question as a CEO. Like, in case for some reason that like the COVID came and the whole business disrupt all like in one time. So, just to suppose this thing, something happens within your team, and they were like, your budget is like wiped up in one time. How will you manage like your team? You will fire them, or you will try keeping your team with them? What's the CEO challenge that faces in your journey, in the whole journey?
I'm glad you asked this question because we have had this scenario in COVID. Like recently, a COVID hit came, and we saw that many people got fired. But what we have done in that time was that we started hiring those people, because our actual objective of running this company, this Devsing, is to produce jobs. So the most people we hired was in the COVID period. We were around like 150 employees, and in COVID, just in COVID, like in roughly 6 7 months, we hired 350 employees, the people who were getting fired or laid off from other companies. So we have this aggressive approach towards this. We never leave people behind, because when we say we are a family, we really own it. So we own the family members. We never leave them behind. And if such circumstances that happen, like they have happened, they have had happened in the past as well, these COVID conditions and whatnot. So the industry has defined itself in COVID. Pre-COVID, people were not like very comfortable working remotely or stuff like that. But right now, this whole thing has changed. Now, you and I, we are talking, virtually, not physically. This podcast is happening virtually. So people are shifted towards the remote culture. So it's very easy for us now to like sustain the people and keep hiring more individuals. So no, to answer your question, we will never fire them. We will like as a family, we will deal with such
Entertain.
circumstances.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. So the counter question on this thing, now this scenario is, um, just to suppose again a bit of on this, um, like how do you manage the toxic culture with as a CEO of the company? Every office has a toxic things happening between the employees, and
Yeah.
as a CEO, how do you manage those things?
So what we say in the company is that don't believe in the rumors. You may hear a lot of rumors. Um, if you hear one, just talk to your lead or something. So we have this, discussion kind of thing where we try and discuss things on each individual level. So even if we feel that somebody is like having a negative thought, we try to just resolve that. But the main thing is that people are very reasonable. They don't do such things where they can cause negativity or something of that sort. So yeah, these problems they happen, but their countermeasures are always there.
So you basically communicate with them individually to resolve this. Perfect.
Sometimes individually, but yeah, we have these hierarchies and whatnot. So every hierarchy takes care of their subordinates and their juniors.
Hmm. Okay, nice. So there are the processes. Perfect. Talha, this is bit of I'm asking why this question is because I also own a company, and my also like I'm not inspired through DevSync. I'm just to give a note on this, but my motive is always to like employ people. So I have a small office with a people, 5 people team right now. So I'm asking these questions to for my learning as well on my own. So, as you said, you are more of a family company, family type of thing. You want to build a long, like big company with a big family. So, in the family, then many times when the CEOs are out of budget, the founders are out of the budget, but you just want to like give to your employees the salary. So, how do you like mentally handle those things?
So we only hire people we can run for maybe a year. So we do the budgeting first, and then we hire. So we have a bandwidth of like salary payments and whatnot for a whole year. So that's how our business run. We never overhire, and this is not something we usually do because to your question, maybe our funds are cut off, and we don't run on funds. We have our own money, and we are not backed by any funding or investment or anything. This is all on our own end. So what we usually do is we have a total, we do total math. We discuss and we think about like maybe we have this much money to have these many number of individuals for this much period of time, and then we start hiring. So there is no shortfall in that domain
Right, right,
particularly.
perfect, perfect. But I'm just talking about the scenario. If something happens like this, you're out of budget, then what?
Then nothing. We would be very honest.
Right, you will be honest, but what you will like do? Fire people or manage the
No, we
profits?
don't fire people. That's what I'm trying to tell you is that we have a budget of running this whole ship,
Right,
this company
right,
for the next 9 months. Even our budget is cut off. Even our budget is, gone, totally gone.
perfect.
Then we have 9 months of reserve to run the whole ship.
Okay, I got it. So people who are watching this right now, how can they support you?
Um, we don't really need support in terms of money or anything. What we are here to like support people. We're not in
Mm-hmm.
business where we want to ask of people to like maybe support us, because our main objective is to help people.
Mm-hmm.
We are not here to raise the investment. We are not looking for that. We really
Mm-hmm.
don't need that because we are very backed by numbers and we have our own money to spend. So from people, the only support we look forward to is that maybe learn something that is sellable in IT, or maybe that can be sellable through the internet or remotely, and start doing something for yourself individually, or maybe join the teams or companies that are supporting this cause, because eventually you will get paid, and eventually when you get this remittance or something, your country will get the dollars and that remittance, and you will help the economy being stable. So that's the only support we can do together for our nation, for our community, and for our country. Other than that, in particular, Devlink doesn't need any such kind of support from people. So yeah, we don't need support. We are here to support people and small startups and companies who are struggling through their phases. So we have this founders club where people can join and they can learn from maybe our expertise, or whatever we have gone through this whole journey of the company. So yeah, we are always here to guide you.
Amazing. So, last question of the podcast today. Do you think living in just in Pakistan, not having that like dual nationality thing, or moving to out somewhere in Pakistan, out of Pakistan, can you run such like company just living in
Yeah, sure.
Pakistan?
You must have exposure, not just because we want to go abroad, but
Mm-hmm.
traveling is something that gives you a lot of exposure. So traveling is always good. I'm not against that. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I actually promote traveling. So I think you should travel. You should meet new people. You should go to diverse places. You should have the diversity in mind, to have a bigger picture. So that's a good thing. But staying in Pakistan is always good, because you should be a first class citizen of a third class country if you have the
Mm-hmm.
money, if you have the stream coming in. And if
Mm-hmm.
you are in Pakistan and you're working with people abroad, then you're maybe earning in dollars or something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good thing for you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would motivate people not to leave the country. I would motivate them to maybe come back, and then
Mm-hmm.
have their own teams here and something like that. So yeah, that's something I promote.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the podcast, Talha. It was an amazing convo. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
All right, have a good day. Bye.